guys, I received a really good question over YouTube last week, and someone wanted to know how do you go about finding the right teacher for you? And this is a very difficult question to answer because everybody has a different personality. They get along with different personality types, and so it's going to be a very personalized search. So I can't tell you exactly what to look for in a teacher, but I can give you 5 guidelines to keep you on the right track. The first thing to do whenever you're trying to find a teacher is to check their resume. Make sure they have a solid resume, that they have had previous teaching experience, that they are actually a professional musician. A lot of people claim to be music teachers, but they don't really have the credentials to back them up. Did they go to school? What teacher did they study with? And the students that they've taught, how are those students doing? Are those students being successful? Do they have good technique? And so just kind of do a background check, a musical background check on your teacher before you just jump into taking lessons from someone. Also, before you start taking lessons from someone, make sure that you hear them play first. Not all teachers are the best performers. They just might be really, really good teachers, but at the same time, at least just listen to them play a piece and make sure that they're not, horrible or that they don't have terrible technique. They should be able to demonstrate. Along the same lines, make sure that they know a lot of repertoire. If the teacher does not have a good understanding of cello repertoire, for example, or piano repertoire, they're not going to be able to help you very well. So make sure that they have a solid foundation that they will be able to share with you. Quality number 2 to look for in a teacher is to see if they are organized. Are they on time? Do they keep a good schedule? Do they take notes? Personally, I have a whole binder full of all of my students' names, email addresses, phone numbers, the times that the lessons are, and every single week whenever they come for a lesson, I write down exactly what we did, exactly what we talked about, the goals that they are going to reach, and then at the end of each month I will email my students' parents detailing what they did that month and my hopes for them for the next month. And I have every single one of my students bring a cello journal or a little cello diary to take notes whenever they practice, write down questions. I'll write in it to make sure that they remember their assignment, just so long as there is really good communication happening and good documentation. It's so important that the teacher be organized. Quality number 3 is that the teacher should expect your best. Except for the case of an injury, for example, I don't want to hear excuses, I just want to see you get the work done. And that might sound harsh, but as a teacher, you are trying to challenge your student. That is your job. And so you want to find a teacher that challenges you, that expects your best and expects the most from you so that you can grow. Quality number 4 is patience. Yes, you want the teacher to expect your best, but the teacher also needs to realize that it may take time and they need to be willing to work through problems with you without getting frustrated, because a teacher getting frustrated doesn't help anybody. It just makes the student more tense, which means that their technique will experience more flaws, more difficulties. So you just want someone who is willing to walk through the process with you and willing to be patient. Quality number 5 is probably one of the most important things to me, in my opinion, and that is to be comfortable around your teacher. It takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable whenever you're playing in front of a teacher, to express, to be creative. It's a lot of your personality being shared in a very vulnerable way. And so you need to feel comfortable and safe in the environment. And that is the teacher's job, to make you feel that way. Sometimes, however, it just doesn't work because of personality differences. And obviously throughout your life you're going to have to work with people that you aren't necessarily drawn to, or it's not easy to talk to them. But in terms of a student-teacher relationship, I think personally it's very important that you have a very open dialogue, very easy to communicate, and it has to be a relationship where those walls and those barriers can come down so that you can be vulnerable whenever you are learning and expressing yourself and learning to be creative. So these are the 5 guidelines that personally I think are the most important. Those are the things that I look for in a teacher, and those are the things that I try to be for my students as a teacher. And so hopefully this helps you in your search for the right teacher. Be patient. Teachers are not perfect, so give it a chance. Give it an extended period of time. Don't give up too easily. And if you have any more questions or comments, ideas to share, please comment in the section below.